Transformar sonhos em realidade. Educação em mudança. O presente em futuro. A esperança em vida real. A Efígie nasceu em 2006 e até hoje vem transformando o destino de muitos jovens e famílias, concretizando assim o nosso sonho de criar uma empresa que pensasse em planejar a internacionalização para alunos como projeto de vida, pautado em formação pessoal de longo prazo e cuidadosamente pensada por educadores e especialistas em formação de jovens. Nesses 16 anos, muitos sonhos de estudantes e suas famílias foram realizados através da atuação competente de profissionais da nossa instituição, que acompanharam de forma personalizada o projeto de vida de cada estudante em cada etapa do processo de internacionalização. Ao cumprir o propósito de atender às expectativas e às exigências de quem é pai e mãe, sabemos que seu filho é seu bem mais precioso. E é aqui que a confiança tem seu papel mais importante. Atendemos cada um, sustentando, amparando e compartilhando os valores e a cultura de nossa empresa, com todos que caminham ao nosso lado. Acreditamos que, se existe uma maneira de transformar, com certeza ela passa pela educação. Quem trabalha com educação está todos os dias em contato com pessoas em desenvolvimento, razão pela qual estamos ao lado de cada um, oferecendo segurança e confiança para a conquista do seu sonho. É desta forma que valorizamos a continuidade das gerações e o valor da formação do indivíduo, apoiando quem fará o nosso futuro. Tudo isso porque você é único. E nós sabemos disso.
Boa noite a todos, muito bem-vindos ao University Global Week. Hoje vamos ter uma noite de muita emoção aqui, temos prêmios aqui e muita gente interessante, faculdades maravilhosas, para vocês conhecerem um pouco mais o que os Estados Unidos oferece, né? Então, o primeiro vídeo que a gente tem é de uma faculdade chamada Oswego. Ela fica em Nova York, ela é uma das 13 universidades aliadas da Universidade Estadual de Nova York. Então, ela oferece, claro, graduações, pós-graduações e cursos corporativos. Então, é uma faculdade completa. Vamos conhecê-la um pouco?
There's a place for everybody at Oswego. It's very, very student-centered. It's what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your future?
Always focused on tailoring our majors to our interests so that we can get the most out of our college experience.
It's not only about yourself, but the people around you and the world. And I have the opportunity to explore and to learn so many different things.
You meet professors who will teach you how to use your mind and think independently. They're my mentors in every way.
There's more out there than just staying in your room and going to class.
It's just such a laid-back campus right on the lake. Now that I'm here, I can't imagine myself anywhere else.
Demais, hein, pessoal? Bom, Agora a gente tem a Centennial Canyon College, que fica na Califórnia. Ela oferece um excelente programa para alunos internacionais e atende em todas as necessidades. Ela tem um programa de aconselhamento lá dentro também, que é maravilhoso. Então vamos lá, vamos conhecer a Centennial Canyon College.
Your American college experience starts here at Santiago Canyon College, in the beautiful rolling hills above the city of Orange, one of California's safest college towns.
I've been having some good professors, good classes. I've made friends from different countries all over the world.
I found friends, a lot of them. Like I feel like home here because they are so different. They are so friendly. They have more. We just feel like we connected.
At SCC, international students are positively welcomed by diverse and high-achieving American students. And CaliforniaBestColleges.com says Santiago Canyon College is one of the top 3 community colleges in the state of California, and College Choice ranked SCC in the top 13 in the United States.
Professors are really good, especially I'm taking this class, English 103, and I love it. It's helping me growing and it's helping me with like speaking skills and reading skills.
No matter what your career path is, you need to learn how to communicate clearly. The business writing class and business communication class are transferable to Cal State University, University of California, and most private schools in the state, and most accredited institutions across the country.
First day in the lab class, because we have really good lab equipment. I was impressed of the lab equipment, what they have in the lab, and I bet I spent lots of money on it.
SCC is famous for its state-of-the-art facilities, high-quality education, and affordable tuition.
We have anatomy and physiology and microbiology, and these courses are the pre-health requirements in order to earn a degree and work in the health science industry.
There's a Math Success Center, and if you have a question about registered classes, there's a counseling center. So I think that's very helpful.
Around town, students enjoy free transportation with the Orange County Transit Authority. The top 5 programs chosen by international students are Business Administration, the English Language Program, Economics, Psychology, and STEM majors, which include Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
First thing is the class size is small, so you can get interaction with your classmates and professors. And second, they have different kind of resources that you can rely on, or you can go for help. For STEM major, you can go to the STAR Center or Math Success Center. And then if you major in English, you can go to Writing Center because there's professor over there that can help you with your writing.
SCC accepts international students who have completed secondary school. That includes institutions that teach the International Baccalaureate A-level and advanced placement systems.
We have a guarantee program, so if you have a certain GPA and if you complete all the prerequisite classes, you are guaranteed to get into those certain universities.
Our UC transfer agreement guarantees and associate degrees for transfer give our students guaranteed admission to the University of California and California State Universities. That means the first 2 years at SCC, plus the last 2 years at the university, equals 1 bachelor's degree. Yours. Santiago Canyon College is accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. Apply today at sccollege.edu/international. At SCC, what happens here matters.
Muito bom, né, gente? Então agora, lembra que eu falei para vocês que tem o sorteio no final? Então, aqui tem um QR Code, que é a lista de presença para garantir o sorteio, o seu nome no sorteio. Então, por favor, não esquece de preencher o Forms desse QR Code, ok? Alright. Então, agora a gente tem a representante da Centennial Canyon College. Então, a que a gente acabou de ver, a gente vai conversar com ela um pouquinho, tá? Ela vai apresentar para você a faculdade. Então, vamos chamar a Jetsa. Welcome, Jetsa.
Hi everyone.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having you here. Of course, it's an honor.
No, thank you for the kind invitation. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. All right, so you're going to tell us a little bit of Centennial Canyon College, right?
Yes, of course.
All right, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Do we have our slides ready?
Yes, you do.
Okay. For some reason, I don't see them. Do you see them?
No, 1 second. Hey, did you share the screen, Jetsa?
It's actually Anna who's sharing the screen. There's Anna.
Hello, Anna. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
May you please share the screen, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Yes,
you
it's
so much.
loading.
Okay. You let me know when it's ready.
Okay. Please let me know if you can see it.
I don't see it, but if the audience is able to see it, I'm good to go. I think it's coming. All right. Let's go to the next one. Well, hi, everyone. Once again, sorry for the technical difficulties here. My name is Hexa Torres from Santiago Canyon College, SCC for short. So I will start with a quick introduction about SCC. SCC is a public higher education institution. So something important for you to know is that a community college in the US means higher education. So this is something similar to a Universidade in Brazil, except that we only offer 2 years associate's degree. So this means that you will complete the first 2 years of your bachelor's degree in college. So SCC is a fully accredited college and is located in the city of Orange in California, a city that is recognized as one of the safest college towns in America. SCC offers a great international student program, and we have 135 international students from 25 different countries. Next slide. Well, this is our international student office team. Esther Mead, picture in the middle. In a bit, she will introduce herself. On the far right, it's Jay Nguyen. They're both our designated school officials, or DSO for short, who review and process applications. We also have Trina Lee, our representative in East Asia, and Anna Schuch, our representative in Brazil, who will soon be sharing her own experience at SCC. Also part of the team not pictured here is our academic counselor that works very closely with our international students. So next slide. Thank you. So why SCC? So our college is a high-ranked school. Last year in 2020, we ranked number 13 among the 50 best community colleges in the nation. We also were voted number 5 best community college in California. We're one of the newest community colleges in California, offering new, modern facilities, state-of-the-art equipment. Our classes are taught by award-winning faculty. We have professional, high-qualified professors. Our average class size is 27 students in the classroom. Also, our school is very diverse that values and appreciates diversity, offering a very safe and friendly environment for our students. Another point for you to make a note is that our tuition is very affordable. You will save lots of money by attending SEC the first 2 years rather than going to a university. So while our tuition is low rather than attending a university, you will still get the high quality education that you want and deserve. So moreover, we offer tuition payment plans, so you don't have to pay your tuition all at once. So next slide. So attending SEC for 2 years, students earn a 2-year degree called associate degree. An associate degree means that you complete the 2 years of your bachelor's degree. So in other words, you graduate from SEC, and then you transfer to a university to complete the final 2 years of your bachelor's degree. So again, 2 years at SEC plus 2 years at a university equals bachelor's degree. Next slide. Here at SEC, we offer over 130 degrees and certificate programs. Many of these programs are programs that are in high demand, such as biotechnology and water utility science. So once again, our average class size is 27 students. This is great as the students get more personalized attention from professors and staff, of course. I also want to mention that students can change their major while attending SEC. So for example, you apply for a math degree, but let's say in 1 semester or 2 semesters, you change your mind and you want to pursue a degree in business. That's totally okay. So yes, you can change majors. So another nice thing in community college is that you can choose your general education courses. So there is much flexibility. You can also pick a schedule, your own schedule and instructional mode that works for you. So that's another nice thing in college. So the most popular programs chosen by international students are business administration, computer science, economics, and psychology. So I will now hand it over to Esther Mead.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Esther Mead, one of the designated school officials. I want to talk about the transfer pathways available at Santiago Canyon College. So the 2 common ones that you'll hear are with our other state universities, the Cal State University system. They offer what's called associate degrees for transfer. There's 23 CSU campuses in California to choose from. When an SEC student completes an ADT degree, they are guaranteed admission to at least one of the CSU schools. SEC offers 23 ADT majors. So by completing a major at SEC, you can get guaranteed admission to a similar major at the university. In addition, we have the UCs, the University of Californias. There's 8 campuses that participate in what's called the TAG program. They offer transfer admission guarantee. So as an SEC student, you're going to be working with our Transfer Success Center and our counseling department really closely to make sure that you're meeting the clearly defined requirements needed for guaranteed transfer. Students who are interested in being admitted to the UCs need to sign up at least 1 year in advance before transfer. So you're definitely going to be well prepared and well informed about what the requirements are and how to complete them at our college. Next slide. Another great resource on campus, in addition to the Counseling Center and Transfer Success Center, is the Honors Program. This is your best opportunity for transfer because the Honors Program offers smaller classes. There's a maximum of 20 students per class. Innovative instruction. So this is really geared more towards lectures. Lectures at the university are going to be similar to what these courses are about. Enriched environment. You get to work directly with your professors in completing your assignments. It's really an enriched learning community because the students in the honors program get to know each other very well and completing their assignments with each other and learning together. And you earn a special honors designation on your transcript. In addition, when it comes to graduation, you get recognized as being a participant in completing the honors program. Other perks include admission priority at universities. Now, one in particular, you may have heard of UCLA. UCLA has a Transfer Alliance program. So students who complete the honors program at SEC receive priority consideration for admission to UCLA's College of Letters and Science department. Admitted TAP students are eligible to apply for scholarships reserved for the Transfer Alliance program. So there's a lot of additional perks to participating in the honors program at SEC. And on our next slide, we just want to highlight a few of the many international students who have transferred and gone on to university. Here we have 5 students who have gone to both the CSUs, private out-of-state universities like Florida National University. We have students admitted to CSU Long Beach, CSU Fullerton, UCLA, and UC Irvine. We want to highlight that students at SEC are admitted to public, private, and out-of-state universities. So the options are limitless. And then next, on the next slide, Anna will be discussing about the activities that our International Student Program has for our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. Hello. So I'm going to introduce a little bit of the activities that there are around our college. Of course, there are many local attractions that many of you have probably already known. There are so many things to do and so many places to see in Southern California. Our college is located nearby a lot of entertainment. There's Hollywood, museums, shopping centers, and every nice Orange County beach just a ride away. There are also many amusement parks. You probably already know Disneyland. So Santiago Canyon College is 15 minutes away from the Disneyland Resort. Also nearby is Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios Hollywood, Six Flags Magic Mountain, and SeaWorld San Diego. There's a lot of fun around from just a ride away. And there are also outdoor activities. There's the Big Bear Mountain where you can see the snow on the bottom left corner. There's Joshua Tree National Park, which is worldwide known for its nature. There's Laguna Beach and so many hiking trails around. There's also the Irvine Regional Park, which is a walking distance from our college. There are also a lot of dining options. California is known for having a lot of different cultures, and which results in different dining options. So here are some pictures of some places that you get to see near our campus. A lot of different options, different places to go. There's of course the burger and different options of food for every taste.
So I just want to quickly go over how to apply to the college and just show you how it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You submit your online application, send in your some supplemental materials, and then 3, get admitted. On this next slide, we're going to briefly discuss the types of admission documents you can expect to prepare when applying to the United States, college, or university. But at SEC specifically, we ask for academic transcripts. Students will need to complete secondary school, and we look for a 2.0 GPA, which is about a grade C equivalent. With English proficiency, commonly we accept the TOEFL, the IELTS, and Duolingo. So with the TOEFL IBT, you're looking at a score of 61. With the IELTS examination, we accept an overall band of 5.0. And the Duolingo, which is a convenient online and quick option for students, we accept an 85. Those without English proficiency, it's okay. SEC offers what's called the English language program. It's an intensive English program designed to help you transition to the college credit courses. So if you know that one day you're wanting to get into college, but you just can't take an examination and you want to start sooner than later, consider our English language program. The next document we ask for is a personal statement. It's just a brief statement to tell us and describe your academic goals and what you look forward to in terms of attending SEC. And then the last is the proof of financial support. This confirms who is your financial sponsor and how your education in the US will be funded. At SEC, we require a minimum of $23,852 to be shown on a statement in order to get your what's called your Form I-20. And then a copy of your passport identification page. And we want to highlight that the minimum age for attending is 16 years old. Our application deadlines, we have two big ones during the year. That's for fall 2021, the deadline is July 9th. And for spring 2022, which starts in February, the deadline to apply is January 4th. We also want to go over on the next slide some tuition information and just letting you know that you can find financial flexibility at SEC. Now at SEC, tuition is an average of $8,664 a year. Students can really save money by attending a low cost but high quality education at SEC. And again, payment plans are available. We allow students to make 4 monthly payments each semester, so you don't have to pay all up front. Scholarships are available for continuing students through the SEC Scholarships Office, and the scholarships application is available once a year. On the left-hand side of this slide, we just want to show a tuition comparison of what it would be like to go 2 years at a community college and then 2 years at university to get your bachelor's. So on the top number there, you'll see $94,926. The 2 years at the university would be at a university like UCI, UC Irvine, UCLA, and then versus the bottom number of $156,000, that's for all 4 years at the university. So by just attending your first 2 years at the community college, you're looking at saving around $61,000 US alone. Thank you. Another important topic that we want to talk about are pandemic precautions. This isn't something we can forget about because it's something we're living through right now. COVID-19 vaccines are available and free to all over 16 years old in the state of California. The vaccine is not a requirement to attend SEC, but it is easily accessible. SEC wants to offer flexibility to our students, so we have what's called hybrid instruction, where we're offering both online and on-campus courses for the fall semester. For those students who find it difficult to come to the US, that's okay. We also offer online courses. So SEC offers online courses for the first year. You're going to attend your second year in person and then transfer to a university. So we call it the 1+1+2 online program. That gives you a good feel for what the college is going to be like by attending your first year online, and then you'll be ready to attend your second year in person. Our campus is taking extra precautions still: masks, hand sanitizer stations, and social distancing in the classrooms. So even though things are looking better with lower COVID cases in California, we're still going to be practicing our social distancing and maintain our student safety. Thank you, Anna.
All right. Hello again. My name is Anna. I was a student at Santiago Canyon College. I graduated in 2018. I got 3 different associate degrees. They are liberal arts, communications, and social and behavioral sciences. I joined in a lot of different leadership roles, and now I'm a current representative of Santiago Canyon College here in Brazil. Então, pessoal, eu sou brasileira. Caso alguém tenha alguma dúvida, podem entrar em contato comigo, fiquem à vontade, estou disponível. Vou fazer a apresentação em inglês, mas também posso me comunicar em português, caso tenha alguma dúvida. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about my personal experience, how it was for me to study in Santiago Canyon College. I was an international student for 2 years. I got to explore the area. I relied on the program, the International Student Program, for assistance. I made friends with people from all over the world. I got involved in college. I built my academic and my professional careers. And last but not least, I got an USA higher education degree. So here are some pictures of experience that I got to have there. And I would like to highlight how important it was for me to have the student participation and involvement on college. I was a part of the volleyball team. I was a part of the International Students Association as well as the club. I was always ready for volunteer opportunities on campus and at the college. And I experienced everything I got the experience to the most of it. But you might ask me, why Santiago Canyon College out of more than 100 community colleges in California? I'll tell you why Santiago Canyon College was my choice. First, it was a small community. So you get to experience a small classroom. You get to get closer to your professors and your colleagues. Staff knows you and you interact with everyone well. It's also a safe campus. There's always campus security around. So even on my night classes, I never felt like I was not safe. There's friendly staff. You can see on the first picture, it's me and Esther on my graduation. She was already working at Santiago Canyon College when I studied there. And we built a nice relationship, and now we're working together. I participated in a lot of activities with staff, and I can promise you that they're very welcoming. They don't judge the accent, and they always are there if you have any questions. Especially the International Students Office. I felt like there was my second home. I would be able to walk in with any doubts that I had or any insecurities. Now, Jay, Esther, and Hetza will always be there for you. Other things that are the reasons why I chose Santiago Canyon College are, of course, the location. Do I have to mention the location? It's in the heart of California. It's nearby Los Angeles, San Diego, and all the nice entertainment areas that you can already know. They're new facilities and quality of education on campus. So at the same time that you get to travel to very nice places and Orange County beaches and entertainment places around Disneyland, you're also at a very high quality place. The facilities are new, so I believe they're 20 years old the most. They're well equipped. There is the biology lab, and there's a really good quality of education. Here are some of the places that I got to explore with the International Student Program. So the program would organize activities and travelings that we did with other international students from different semesters. So in those trips or activities, we get to interact with each other and we get to share how this experience of being an international student is. So there's always this welcoming environment and nice and fun and place that you can feel safe. So here's a little list of some places that we went to. There's San Francisco, San Diego, Yosemite, Huntington Beach, some universities, Balboa Park, Belmont Park, and there are also some picnics that we did together or bowling. And it was always fun to have other people having the same experience as you around. And another thing that I would like to highlight is with the college experience that I got, I was able to go to places I could never imagine I would go to. I went to Las Vegas, I went to Hollywood Studios, I went to a lot of nice museums, I went to San Francisco. My parents came and visited me for my graduation, as you can see on the bottom. I made friends and I traveled with my friends. It was a complete life-changing experience. And I would like to give this thought on you can get a really nice education in a different country, and you can also get awesome life experience. And now, agora com vocês, uma pergunta especialmente para vocês, estudantes que querem estudar em outro país. What do you want your international experience to be? Como vocês querem que seja essa experiência de vocês? Como vocês sonham essa experiência? Our tip from Santiago Canyon College is to dream big. Because in Santiago Canyon College, what happens here matters. Right, Hetza and Esther?
Most definitely.
So if you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask specifically, you can contact us on our US contact. There's an email, is international@sccollege.edu, or you can contact me directly. My name is Anna Shu again, and I also have my email written down at the bottom. It's SCHUCH_Anna@sccollege.edu. Thank you for being here with us today.
Carol, you're mute.
Sorry, you guys. Thank you very much for participating, you guys. It was very informative.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Muito bem, gente. Então, maravilhoso, né? Para ver uma perspectiva aí de aluno. Agora a gente vai conversar com a Lara, a doutora Lara. Tudo bem, Lara? Acho que a gente está tendo probleminha. Lara, você está aí? Agora, então, vamos já aproveitar esse tempo para conhecer mais uma faculdade, tá? Então, essa faculdade chama-se University of Delaware. Ela fica 1h e pouquinho de Washington, D.C., então todo mundo conhece Washington, D.C., todo mundo tem curiosidade em conhecer. Então, essa é uma faculdade que você pode viajar um pouquinho aí no final de semana para conhecer. Ok, então aqui ela é uma das maiores faculdades de Delaware e vai ter vários cursos, muitos programas interessantes aí para a gente acompanhar. Vamos aí mais um vídeo do University of Delaware.
Here's a big idea. The biggest ideas don't always start big. They begin as a tiny spark, only seen by those who know how to look, brought to life by a shared desire to change what's possible. From inventing the touchscreen technology that connects you to the world, to outfitting the astronauts who orbit around it. At the University of Delaware, ideas grow until they become bigger than big and challenge the way the world thinks. Because UD was built to create impact at every scale. From studying the nuances of how we move through our world, to protecting the vast expanses of our ocean environments, through graduates who are there to shape our country and leaders who continue to impact our world today. Through students driven by passion and values, and friendships that start in Delaware and span the globe. We are inspired to stand together, because that's what Blue Hens do. Together, we make connections on a human scale. Together, we pivot into bold new territory. Together, we give the smallest lives the biggest advantage, because we know the size of an idea can only be measured by its impact. At the University of Delaware, the ideas bring us together. And together, we make them giant.
Olá, pessoal. Desculpem, hoje eu tive todos os problemas aqui de comunicação com o meu computador, coisa que nunca aconteceu antes. Mas eu queria agradecer até agora tudo que que nós estamos seguindo, dizer que é uma grande satisfação para a gente receber todos os alunos que estão presentes com a gente, a Jetsa, o pessoal da Santiago, e agradecer a Couto aí, que entrou rápido, Carol Couto me socorrendo. Bom, pessoal, hoje nós temos ainda muitas instituições, muitas universidades para contar para vocês, mas o mais importante é que vocês não deixem de assinar a lista, porque no final vai ter sorteios incríveis aí para vocês participarem, tá? O pessoal tá pondo aí no chat a lista. Eu queria agradecer muito, dizer que para a gente é uma grande satisfação poder organizar esse evento, cada dia um grupo de universidades de um país diferente, e nós estamos todos muito felizes com tanta acolhimento, tanto das universidades como das escolas parceiras, que gentilmente distribuíram a informação do evento para todos os seus alunos. Nós temos mais de 50 escolas parceiras da EFIG hoje, com o nosso programa de duplo diploma, e todas as escolas comunicaram seus alunos. A gente tem vários alunos inscritos aqui, e, portanto, eu estou bastante feliz de ver a participação, tanto na nossa landing page, quanto no canal do YouTube. Então, o reflexo do número de pessoas no YouTube não necessariamente reflete todo mundo que está assistindo nesse momento, porque a gente tem aí a landing page da EFIG também acontecendo simultaneamente. Nós temos uma lista grande, então, ainda de instituições que vai falar hoje, na noite de hoje, lembrando que amanhã tem Canadá, quarta-feira tem Europa, quinta-feira nós temos Irlanda e Reino Unido, e na sexta, Austrália. Façam a sua inscrição no Simpla, que nós já mandamos todos os links, porque esse evento tem certificado no final. E diariamente nós vamos soltar a lista de inscrição no dia. Lembrem-se que esse certificado ele é bastante importante para poder, inclusive, colocar como atividade extracurricular para vocês, para quem está pensando em aplicar para universidades no exterior. Todos os eventos, todas as atividades extracurriculares são importantes. E esse certificado, ele pode incluir no portfólio digital de vocês, com toda certeza, tá bom? Bom, gente, vou chamar a Couto aí para dar sequência e a gente poder seguir, que tem muito mais coisa pela frente. E agora vem a Universidade de Delaware, que acabamos de ver o vídeo. Couto, com você.
Olá, obrigada, Lara.
Vamos seguir.
Muito bem. Então, agora a gente vai ver mais uma universidade americana. Ela é conhecida como Felician University. Ela é uma universidade católica privada e fica no estado de New Jersey. Com certeza vocês já escutaram aí desse estado em várias séries aí de Netflix, com certeza. Então vamos lá, mais um vídeo de uma faculdade maravilhosa, Felician University.
Before I enrolled at Felician University, I never imagined all the things my future would hold. But when I became a Golden Falcon, my life was transformed. I entered a close-knit campus community that was just outside of the greatest city in the world. Because of Felician's generous scholarships and awards, I was able to discover my passions and found the perfect program for me. At Felician University, you'll become immersed in a culture that cherishes learning, innovation, and diversity. Imagine what your future could look like at an advanced university with cutting-edge resources and dedicated faculty. With career-focused, experiential curriculum and endless internship programs, Felician students have a world of opportunities available when they graduate. When you experience the full support of this campus at your back, you feel unstoppable. Here at Felician University, your learning goes far beyond the classroom. With our Division II sports teams, clubs and organizations, study abroad opportunities, and more, there's always an opportunity to broaden your horizons. If you have the will, we have the way. So just ask yourself, What do you want your future to look like?
Muito bem. Então, agora, gente, a gente vai escutar 5 universidades. Elas são dos Estados Unidos, é claro, e acompanham um grupo chamado EAG, or EAG, right? So, now, please welcome, Jean. Hello. Welcome.
It's nice to be with you today.
Yes, same here. So everybody's going to join you now?
Yes, there are 5 of us. So again, I'm Jean Rapinski. I'm part of the 5 colleges who are going to be represented in the booth EAG US University Group. So we thank you for allowing us to have this opportunity. We'll each take about 5 minutes to present our schools. And what I'll do is I will turn it over to Mick, who is going to start out by talking about Nova Southeastern University. And then he'll pass it along to everybody until we get to the end, which will be me. I'll be the last college.
All right. Thank you, Jean.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me, Jean?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get my screen shared, and then we can get started with the presentation about Nova Southeastern University. Okay, so Nova Southeastern University is located in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So another great location, like a lot of the universities that just presented. We are located in the state of Florida, which you can see here on the map of the U.S. I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with Florida because of Disney and Orlando and Miami. And we are located in Fort Lauderdale, which is about 20 minutes north of Miami. It's a great location for students from Brazil. You're going to find lots of flights to Fort Lauderdale and to Miami. And the Miami airport actually has a train that'll take you up to Fort Lauderdale and back. So again, a great spot. Campus is close to beaches. The average temperature is pretty warm. It's about 25 degrees Celsius. So it's really nice weather. I'm sure a lot of you have probably been to this part of the U.S. And then just a little bit about Nova Southeastern University. As far as undergraduate students, we do graduate school, but as far as undergraduate students, we have about 4,500 students. And we have a very diverse student body with students from over 100 countries. So you'll get to meet students from all over the world. One of our other admissions officers is actually from Brazil. And so you'll hear people speaking Portuguese and Spanish all over campus. So very diverse location. And really outside of campus as well. All over the area, you'll see people from South America. As far as our majors, we have about 50 different majors to choose from. As you can see, there are lots of options. Very popular options are business. That's one of our most popular ones, particularly for students from South America. But really, we have something for pretty much everybody, I would say. We have all the pre-professional programs for those of you who would want to go on to be doctors, dentists, lawyers, etc. But there are lots of different options for you. And we have a lot of minors as well. So there are different ways you can combine the majors and minors to get exactly what you're looking for out of your education. Then as far as organizations, studying in the U.S. is not all just about the classroom. You're going to be doing a lot outside of the classroom, and you'll have a lot of ways to enrich your campus experience outside of the classroom. And those could be through intramural sports, which are just for fun, club sports, which are a little more competitive. We do have scholarship sports as well, if there are any soccer or football players out there. We have fraternities and sororities, which you've probably seen in movies before. There are volunteer opportunities. There are all kinds of clubs. There are over 120 different clubs and organizations to join. And if you wanted to create your own club, you could do that as well. And then there's all kinds of festivals and homecoming and different events going on throughout the year so that you can get out. You're not just focused in the classroom, get out, meet people, make friends, and have some fun and social network as well. Now, as far as our costs in tuition, the tuition is $33,510 per year. And the average room and board cost, and room and board means your dorm room where you'll be staying and your meal plan, but the average cost is $14,000 per year. It could be a little bit more or a little bit less, just depending on which dorm room and meal plan you chose. And the really nice thing is every student who applies for admission is automatically, with your application for admission, considered for a scholarship, which is called our Dean Scholarship. And that scholarship goes from $5,000 to $19,000 per year. So just as an example, if you have a $10,000 per year Dean Scholarship, you push $23,510 per year, just to let you know how that works. And that's mostly going to be based off of your GPA or grade point average. Now, as far as our admissions requirements, first is submit the online application. That's the first step. We do accept Common App. Next will be to submit your high school transcripts. And we're looking for a 3.0 out of a 4.0 GPA. And so you want to submit those. If they're not in English, you'll need to have them translated to English. And then we'll need proof of English proficiency. There's several different ways to demonstrate that. Of course, TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo. I know you've heard the other reps talk about those exams. We don't require SAT or ACT scores, so that's one thing you don't need to consider. So it's a pretty simple application. We just need your high school transcripts in English and then proof of English proficiency to get you an admissions decision and a scholarship as well. And so here I will put my my contact information. My email is down here in the bottom right corner. So if any of you do have questions, would like to discuss NSU a little bit more, please feel free to send me an email and I can get all your questions answered for you. So I know there's quite a few other universities that still need to present. I believe next up will be Ken DeSea from Manhattan College, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And I think Ken should be up.
Thanks, Mick. And I'm going to just share my screen with you. Can everybody see my presentation? Okay. I'll make the assumption that you can. My name is...
I can see it, Ken. I can see it.
Okay. Thank you, my friend. I wanted to begin by introducing myself. I'm Ken DeSea, and I work with Manhattan College, and we are based out of New York State. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a little bit of information about our academic programs, what it's like to be a student on campus. We'll talk a little bit about our admissions standards, as well as scholarship opportunities that are available for students. Everybody might be familiar with the city of Manhattan. We're actually located in Riverdale, New York, which is only about 10 miles from Midtown Manhattan. But we not only consider Riverdale our campus, but we also consider downtown Manhattan our campus as well. Many of our students have the opportunity to participate in daily social life in the city. But in addition to that, when they think of their academic programs, it's a great opportunity for students for their internships and their co-ops. And we'll speak a little bit more about those as well. Right now, you're looking at a slide, and you can see in the very far background, the skyline within heading into New York. But I want to bring attention to the bottom left where it says there's an M, and that's the New York City Metro Transit System. And you can see in the inline of the blue is our campus, Manhattan College. But right at the beginning of our campus is the metro that takes you to and from downtown Manhattan. For all of the other students, when they're on campus with us, students will have that opportunity for all of their academic classes will be housed within our campus. Residential life, their meal plans, their student life. There's just so many different activities for the students to participate in while they're there on campus. A lot of times when you think of Manhattan, you think of the, what I'll call as the tall buildings, a lot of concrete, a lot of people. But just 10 miles outside of downtown Manhattan, you can find this, what I'll call is a little bit more of a suburban oasis for our students to participate. Then they have their education, but also have that ability to have access to New York City. When we look at the size of Manhattan College, right now we're just about 3,700 students. Majority of those students are studying on the undergraduate level programs. We do have a fair number of international students that are having their education provided for them at Manhattan College. We have a wide variety of programs. On my next slide, I'll show you the different programs that are available for our students. The one thing that I think it really is unique is the interaction that our students have with their faculty members. As you can see from this slide, the average class size is about 23 students in there. But when you think about the amount of faculty members that are there on campus and the number of students, it's about a 12-to-1 ratio. So what we always tell the students is that your faculty members are going to get to know you. They're going to understand your needs. And as you're starting to lay down your career plan, they're there to assist you in accomplishing your goals. We do have some of our students that come to campus. They need some development in their language proficiency. And so we do have an English language intensive program there on campus for the students. We look at our list of programs. We have 5 main colleges for our students. Again, very similar to what Mecca just shared with you, wide variety of programs in the business, the engineering programs, the science programs for students that have an interest in those pre-professional tracks like dental medicine. Those students can also find an academic program. The one thing that we like to try to stress with our students, though, is not only are you going to have a strong academic experience in the classroom, but all of our students have that opportunity to have an experience outside of the classroom through an internship or a co-op. Again, being very close to New York City, you can find that many of the Fortune 500 headquarters are there. So it might be a great opportunity for you to learn and then eventually head back to your home country, hopefully with employment. The outside of our academic classrooms, we have many different clubs and organizations for the students, clubs and organizations that are related to your major. So it's something that can help build your resume. But in addition to that, they also have other clubs and organizations that, and it could be whether it's Greek life on campus or the sororities or fraternities. If you want to be part of the theater group that is there on campus, there's so many different opportunities for our students to express themselves while they're here on campus and also build that network of friendships. We have 5 different residence halls, and they vary based upon your year that you're there on campus with us. And again, a wide variety of different eateries and marketplaces for the students. Our tuition's a little bit higher. Right now, our undergraduate tuition is at $42,800. But I think the one thing that I want many of the students to walk away with from their presentation today is that Manhattan College is really committed to making the education affordable. And as you can see from this slide, we have scholarships that range between $22,000 and $35,000. So again, when you start to look at that tuition of $42,800, and then you can subtract anywhere between $22,000 and $35,000. Again, this does not include our living expenses for students for their room and board. Typically, it's right around $16,870. Now, for a student that is applying for admissions, one of the things that we've managed to work with our team members at the Enrollment Advisory Group is giving a fee-waived application for the students. But the application process is fairly easy. We want you to complete the application. You can do that through the Common Application. You can submit your official transcripts to the university. And then a student is going to have to demonstrate that they have done some sort of a standardized test. So whether it's the SAT, ACT, or the student would have to submit their language proficiency examination. What we're looking for is a student that has a 2.7 GPA. So that is maybe that student that is a C+ average or better to be considered for admissions to the university. Again, all of our students have to demonstrate their language proficiency. So many of our students might do it either through the TOEFL, the IELTS Duolingo scores. So we do have those scores that are available to you. I think that is the end of my 5 minutes, and I'm going to be sharing the screen next with Jeff Greenup. What I'll do is in the comment section, in the public chat, I'll put my name and my email address, so feel free to reach out to me directly. I'll be more than happy to help you with the admissions process. Jeff?
Thank you, Ken. Great job. I'll just take a second as well to share my screen. Okay, fantastic. Well, thanks, Ken. Again, my name is Jeff Greenup, as Ken mentioned. I am representing the University of Bridgeport, which, like Manhattan College, is right outside of New York City. So you'll see some similarities in our conversation about location. University of Bridgeport is actually located on the coast of Connecticut. So it's in between, it's about an hour north of New York and a couple hours south of Boston. So it's a great location if you're into the seaside park area, if you like to do anything with water or walk on the beach, things like that. It's called the Gold Coast. Students could actually work. Again, there is a train, not that same train that they took from Manhattan, but a different train. Can take students from Bridgeport into New York City in, again, about an hour. University of Bridgeport is also the largest largest size campus city in Connecticut. So it's a nice city. So you're a part of a suburban area as well. Bridgeport has a lot of academic programs, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs. There's about 4,600 students enrolled. 2,700 of those are undergrad. Most of what I show you today will be talking about the undergraduate programs. Undergraduate is a big part of the University of Bridgeport, from all of the athletics, all of the things that happen on campus. Diversity is about 1,200 international students. So out of 4,000, you can see it's a very large percentage of students come as international students, like most of you will, unless you have dual citizenship. It's a private university, fully accredited with the New England Commission on Higher Education. I don't know that I've heard a lot of the other speakers talk about accreditation, so I'll just touch on it. Accreditation, regional accreditation in the United States, which all of the schools we've talked about today, plus I think all of the other ones I saw so far, are regionally accredited. And regional accreditation is actually the highest accreditation you want to look for in a university. There is another accreditation called national, which most people believe is the highest. However, regional is really the highest accreditation, and there's regional bodies throughout the United States that do that. It's a classification, a Carnegie classification, one of 3 schools in Connecticut, doctoral professional school, and a lot of STEM-based focus. Again, haven't heard a lot of talk about STEM, so I'll touch on STEM. What STEM means is science, technology, engineering, and math. It means that you can do an extra amount of time when you graduate. If you graduate from a STEM designated program, there's CPT and OPT. Typically, a traditional program is 1 year of work experience after your bachelor's degree, where you stay in the United States and can work. If you're in a STEM designated program, you can then stay for 3 years. It gives you a little bit more time to stay in the U.S. and work, get some experience before you head back to your home country and do what you want to do in the business you want to do it in. So STEM designation does give you a few more years, but as you can tell from the titles, it's probably a little more difficult of a program. So students typically, if they want a business program, there are some STEM designated programs within business, but not as many as there are in the science, technology, engineering, and math. The campus is about 56 acres. Again, you can see the coastline going down. You can see Long Island kind of floats around that backhand side. There's 6 residence halls for undergraduate students. Anyone can live on campus all 4 years, and even if you stay for a graduate school program, there's housing for graduate studies as well. So unique to the United States is having enough housing house the students for their entire time if that's what the student wants to do. Recreation facilities in the Hubbell Gymnasium, there's fitness centers, there's basketball, volleyball, anything you could really want to do. And then ultimately there's a free UB shuttle, which takes you all around campus and to the major transit stations to get to that train station I talked about, to either Boston, or if you wanted to take that train down to New York or up to Boston, you would do that right through the UB shuttle. The programs are very, a lot of business, very engineering, a lot of computer science does very well at Bridgeport, computer engineering. There's a dental hygiene program, a lot of health sciences, if you know, nursing, things like that, if you want to do it. So there's a good broad mix of programming that you could study at the University of Bridgeport, in addition to things like music, the business of music, psychology, a general program, and also sports management is something you could do at the University of Bridgeport. So I urge you all to take a look at the types of programs at University of Bridgeport if you're interested, and see if there's something that sticks out. Again, the 6 residence halls I mentioned have doubles. There's some suites, single rooms. All of them have TVs, streaming services, laundry, micro fridges, very secure. Many awards have been won. The University of Bridgeport consistently wins awards for its security, safety and security on campus. So it's one of the things, although you are in a city of Bridgeport, it's a very safe community. 60 clubs and organizations, and I can't say enough about how much the clubs and organizations cater to or work with the international population, because it's 25% of the population. There are specific clubs, the Indian Student Association for students from India, as well as multicultural clubs that you can join. So you can stay within a certain discipline of a club for one, or you could join one of many different ethnicities, backgrounds, and areas of education. There's 7 Greek organizations. Those are fraternities and sororities. I'm sure you heard a little bit about fraternities and sororities. There is an active Greek life on campus at University of Bridgeport. And throughout the year, we host over 400 educational and social programs each year throughout our residence halls and in the student center. So there's always something to do. Inside and outside of the classroom are both equally important experiences at the University of Bridgeport, and we want you to take advantage of all the opportunities that are afforded our students. Annual costs similar to Manhattan. Bridgeport's a little lower in the tuition, but again, very generous with their scholarships. So if you take a $32,000 tuition average and roughly about $16,000 to $21,000. I mean, $5,000 to $20,000 in scholarships. Sorry, I jumped room and board. $5,000 to $20,000 in scholarships, and most the average is somewhere in that $10,000 to $14,000. We see more often than not. It's a very generous scholarship program for undergraduate, so it does become a very affordable institution. Tuition is in that $16,000 to $21,000 range. Most undergraduates spend the $16,000 or $17,000, except for the students who want to live alone. Singles are always at any college in the U.S. more expensive than a double or a triple. And one thing that, again, not a lot of people said today here, the type of room and board really changes because of the type of housing you choose, whether you want that single room without a kitchen, with a kitchen, you want your own private bathroom, or a shared bathroom. All of those are choices you're going to make depending on the school you choose and what they have to offer their students. The requirements, and this will be my last slide, and then we'll let in Calvin from UNK, University of Nebraska Kearney. We're on rolling admission, so we accept students all throughout the year. You apply through the website. Again, similar to Manhattan, we've gotten a free application for all of our students. All of our international students, so it is a fee-waived application. You will send in your transcripts in English or with an English translation, a letter recommendation, statement of purpose. Our minimum average for GPA is about a 2.5, but it really varies by program. Into the STEM designated programs I spoke of earlier, it could get into that 3.0, 3.2 area. So what we suggest you do is apply, send in all of your information, and see how you do in the admissions process. If you get admitted, what that scholarship is. And then ultimately, English proficiency. We also have ESL on campus, but you can get yourself out of ESL, English as a second language, by any of the things mentioned here: TOEFL, IELTS, Pearson, Duolingo. We also take the SAT or the ACT. So if you've taken a standardized test, the ACT or SAT, and scored a certain amount on the reading or the English, and they're listed here, the 400 or the 19, then that would also waive you out of the English proficiency requirement. So there are a lot of ways to meet that English proficiency requirement. Like Ken, I will add my information into the chat box so that you can get a hold of me. But I think my 5 minutes is up, and I'm going to turn it over to Calvin at UNK. Thank you all very much.
Okay, good afternoon. Let me go ahead and try and share my screen. So, can everyone hear me fine? Okay. Alrighty, again, thank you, Jeffrey. I'm Calvin Mordenborough. Today I'm going to be talking to you about University of Nebraska at Kearney. Now, University of Nebraska at Kearney is located in Kearney, and Nebraska is right in the center of the United States. Kearney is the 5th largest city of Nebraska. So it's a small, bustling town, with a vibrant spirit. There are trendy coffee shops, cafes, restaurants, there are food trucks, there are concerts, entertainment events, and live music. There's a hike and bike trail, and there are also kayaking and all types of stuff for you to choose from throughout the year and enjoy. We are sitting on a 515-acre campus with a vast array of facilities and labs that include a planetarium, or art museum, or art gallery, glass blowing studio, fabrication lab. We have TV and radio broadcasting facilities and multiple athletic facilities. We have 6,902 students, of which approximately 5,274 undergrads. Nearly 400 international students are hailing from 47 different countries. We have nearly 200 undergraduate pre-professional programs as well. As far as rankings are concerned, UNK is ranked number 6, Public Midwestern University. We're a state school, and we're also accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. We also have several other recognitions and accreditations. So we are recognized for our business programs, for our chemistry programs, for our music programs, for our athletic programs, just to name a few. And as far as majors are concerned, we have over 100 majors for you to choose from. So we have our College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Education, our pre-professional programs. We also have our College of Business and Technology. So for students who are really like business and accounting and stuff like that, we have those as well. We also have our English majors. We have cybersecurity, which is a very good major nowadays. And as far as the student to faculty ratio, we're 19:1. We also have an English Language Institute offering 5 course levels. We offer in conversation, grammar, reading, so listening and speaking, writing, and vocabulary. And these classes are offered in the fall, spring, Okay, I understood that we had some technical difficulties. So the last thing I mentioned was the student to faculty ratio of 19:1. And I'll proceed now with the English Language Institute. We also offer opportunities outside of the classroom. And these opportunities are the conversation partners, the English conversation table, international friendship program. Now, the international friendship program is something that I find very interesting because that is where we have our Kearney families are interested in meeting international students like yourself. So our host family program permits students to become friends with an American family and learn firsthand about the American culture. We also offer athletics. For female, we have basketball, cross country, golf, soccer.
Calvin,
Yes?
you're still sharing the PowerPoint and not the presentation. If you want, you can skip the slides on the PowerPoint. You don't have to. Oh, there. Let me see.
Right, my screen is showing the PowerPoint. That's all that is on my screen right now.
Now it's showing athletics. Is that it?
That's where I am right now, yeah.
Okay. Just stay in that area. You don't need to put on the presentation because it's not showing. We don't know why.
Oh. Okay. Alrighty.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So we have 7 traditional style resident halls. So we have multiple dining facilities. We have over 150 student clubs and organizations. We also have over 800 campus events that we host throughout the year. And there's an active Greek life community as well. Now I'm going to talk about something very important, which is cost. University of Nebraska at Kearney is considered one of the most affordable educational institutions. And I'll tell you why. Our tuition is normally $13,650 US. However, all international students receive the International Loper Scholarship of $4,245, which would bring your tuition to $9,405 US, which is below $10,000. So on that, we will now go ahead and add your room and board, which is approximately $10,322, which brings you to $21,447. Now, how do you apply? First thing you should do is go online. We have all year round enrollment, so you could go ahead and apply online. Then you must submit your official transcripts. They must be in English, of course, and we require a minimum GPA of 2.0. So your GPA must be higher than the 2.0. We want to see a copy of your passport biographical page, as well as English proficiency that you could prove by sending us your TOEFL, your IELTS, Duolingo, etc., etc. We also have an international office an office that handles, international students. They would assist you with we have a dedicated staff to assist you to meet your educational goals. So we handle your orientation. We advise you on interpreting and advising of your immigration regulations. So that office is also the office that will issue your student your I-20 form and stuff like that, and also maintaining your student records. That had pretty much brought me to my presentation. I'm sorry that in the beginning we had some technical difficulties. Again, my name is Calvin Mordenbro. I'm an international recruiter for UNK, and my information is on the screen. You can take a screenshot. Thank you for your attention. I'll now turn it over to Jean.
Unmute myself. Thank you very much for letting me know that. I am so sorry. Still getting used to the virtual world after a year. Hi, I'm Jean Rapinski, and I am from Concord University, and I am the last presenter for the day. I know we're going a little bit over, so I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible. Hopefully you can see my screen that I have available right now about Concord University. First of all, we are located in the United States in Athens, West Virginia, which is in the southernmost part of the state. I have put some other cities, some major cities on the screen here so you can see our location, but we're in an area called the Mid-Atlantic. We do experience all 4 seasons here. Right now we're going into summertime, which is wonderful, but we're about 5 hours from our nation's capital of Washington, D.C., or even another major hub in the United States, which is Charlotte, North Carolina. We're about a 5 to 6 hour car ride from there. This is a view of our campus. We're on 123 acres. It's very traditional brick-style buildings, and everything you can see is kind of close. You have some fantastic views from our campus of the Appalachian Mountains, which you can see in the background. So this is very different from maybe some of the campuses that you've seen prior in this presentation. If you love the outdoors, or students love the outdoors, this is the place for them. We have skiing, horseback riding, biking, zip lining, a lot of different areas. There's many different state parks and resorts in our area, so there will be a lot to do in the area. A little bit about our campus. We have just under 2,000 students studying here. We do have 100 international students from 34 different countries. We are accredited also by the Higher Learning Commission, and we have been ranked number 31 last year in the Best Regional University South. We also have 60 different programs for you, all at the undergraduate level. We have 2 separate colleges here. One is the College of Science, Mathematics, and Health. This is where you'll find our biology, chemistry, health sciences, computer science, political science, those types of majors, anything with the sciences and math. We do have tracks. So as you can see, if you'd like to go into something like pre-med or even pre-pharmacy, we have a track for that in our biology or chemistry program. So depending on what your career angle is and what you want to do with your career and with your major, you do have the opportunity to further tailor your major by following a specific track. The second college that we have is the College of Professional and Liberal Studies. This college houses our business administration major, mass communications, which has been big. You can see here at the bottom of the screen, we have our own television studio. We also have a radio studio. So if you're interested in that type of field, you're more than welcome to enroll at Concord University in those majors. We also have things like sociology and English and history as well, as you can see on the screen. There's plenty to do here with over 70 clubs and organizations for students to join. There's recreational clubs, there's academic clubs, we have student government. If you're more into the arts and you like to perform either with through music or through singing or through theater, we do have that opportunity for you as well. Our students compete in the NCAA Division II athletics area, but if you don't want to compete on the collegiate level, then you're more than welcome to do some recreational sports. We also have an esports team. We are the first public university in West Virginia to offer esports, and our team does go and compete at the national level, and they've certainly won some of the titles there. Our tuition here is around $17,700 with some fees that you'll pay. We average around $18,500 for tuition and fees, and then another $10,000 for room and board. You can earn a scholarship. We are a state school, so you can earn a scholarship here, and it's solely based on your grade point average, which we will calculate if you don't have that. You should have a B or an 80% or better in your grades, your core classes, in order to earn a scholarship, and then that will get you a scholarship ranging from $5,000 to $7,000 if you're a first-time student. If you're transferring in, they will be a little bit less. These scholarships are renewable as well, as long as you maintain a certain grade point average at the university. Finally, the requirements for admission, we're looking for students with a 70% or a C average or better. And we also need to have your transcripts translated to English if you're sending those in. You can see our English proficiency scores here, what the minimums are to enter into your program directly. However, if you don't have these minimums and you want to come and take ESL, we do have an on-campus ESL program that you can take. We have 2 tracks, one that's strictly English language, so you'll strictly only do English language coursework, and then we also have a pathway program. So if you're just under the minimum level there, you can also take academic classes in addition to your ESL program. So this concludes the presentation for Concord University. I want to thank the team at Afiji for letting us present for our booth, and we look forward to seeing everybody at the virtual fair in the fall.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Alright. Ok, pessoal, então agora a gente vai falar um pouquinho do que interessa para vocês também, que é os requisitos que uma universidade americana, né, pede para os alunos. Eu vou chamar a Melka aqui para me ajudar a lembrar de alguns pontos. Oi, Melka.
Oi, pessoal, boa noite, tudo bom?
Tudo bem, Melka. Então, assim, eu sou responsável também um pouquinho sobre o programa de aconselhamento e é realmente muito emocionante, né, o que a gente consegue fazer lá no programa. E um deles, né, é realmente o conhecimento, né? Conhecer como uma universidade americana ver ali o aluno, né? Como que ele visualiza o currículo do aluno, né? E não é só nota, certo?
Isso é verdade, Carol. As universidades americanas, elas pedem um pouquinho mais do que só nota e um pouquinho diferente daqui do Brasil, que o pessoal faz o Enem, presta o vestibular e já entra na faculdade. Lá fora é um pouquinho diferente. Precisa fazer um portfólio, precisa de uma personal statement ou personal letter, né? Tem o SAT também, precisa saber fazer as essays, então é um pouquinho diferente essa aplicação, né?
Agora, a doutora Lara vai juntar com a gente, que ela sabe muito bem como que é esse processo. Oi, Lara.
Boa noite, Lara.
Boa noite.
Queria começar agradecendo as universidades que falaram até agora, né, gente? Muito legal,
com certeza.
universidades incríveis. Eu acho que é um privilégio para nós tê-los todos aqui disponíveis para poder contar um pouco mais sobre cada uma dessas instituições para os nossos alunos e o quanto é importante conhecer, né? Esse processo de admissão, ele é um processo realmente bastante diferente do que nós temos aqui no Brasil. A gente faz uma prova, e essa prova, nesse único dia, disputa aí a vaga de quem tirar uma nota maior. Mas nos Estados Unidos, o que conta é quem é esse estudante, o que é que ele tem de diferente, o que é que ele faz para poder se sobressair. Então, a Couto e a Melka, que estão aqui comigo, a gente pode bater um papo, nós três, para contar um pouquinho o perfil desse aluno que nós temos, né? É um aluno que faz um programa de duplo diploma, portanto, ele já sai daqui com 2 diplomas, não é mesmo, Melka?
Sim, nós temos uma parceria com a Franklin, que os nossos alunos fazem online só as matérias que faltam. Então, eles não só algumas disciplinas, eles saem com 2 diplomas, ou seja, o diploma brasileiro e o diploma americano, que já é meio caminho andado, né?
Quanto é importante mostrar para as universidades que esse diploma americano, também feito simultaneamente ao diploma brasileiro, denota que é um aluno que teve dedicação, que trabalhou fortemente na questão do idioma inglês, mesmo ele sendo brasileiro, e que, ao final, tem um GPA. Explica para eles o que é um GPA, Melka.
Gente, o GPA é o Grade Point Average. Então, a Franklin vai fazer já esse resuminho da média da sua nota. Diferente do Brasil. Isso, diferente do Brasil, o GPA vai de 1 a 4. Quanto mais alto o GPA, mais alta a chance de ganhar uma bolsa, assim, dos sonhos nas universidades lá fora, né?
É claro que se dedicar é super importante. Os últimos anos, ter boas notas, não só nas disciplinas da Franklin, mas também nas disciplinas do próprio colégio. Mas tem mais do que isso, né, Couto? Não é só ter boas notas. O que mais faz com que o aluno realmente seja diferenciado e consiga uma boa colocação?
Exatamente, Lara. Tem muitas coisas, né? Um que todo mundo mais gosta é o tal do portfólio, né? A gente tem um digital portfolio, que é o BUB, que a gente oferece para os alunos, que é basicamente um portal, uma plataforma que os alunos podem ali criar desde vídeos, áudios, criar apresentações ao vivo ali, para mostrar realmente a criatividade deles e mostrar o que eles fizeram nesses 4 anos, né, dessa vida acadêmica deles e fora da sala de aula também, né? E fora da sala de aula também é muito importante. Quais são as atividades ali, né?
É fora da sala de aula que ele se diferencia dos outros, né? Porque na sala de aula está todo mundo fazendo as mesmas coisas. E as notas, óbvio que é bastante importante você ter as melhores notas, mas é fora da sala de aula que você mostra quem você é. E por que é importante aquela instituição te oferecer a vaga. Então, pensem, se você é empreendedor, se você é um esportista e você, portanto, tem alguma habilidade diferente, ou se você é uma pessoa que tem ideias novas, inovadoras, contribui para a mudança da sociedade, do ambiente em que você vive. E quando a gente fala mudança na sociedade, não precisa ser uma mudança... Opa! Não precisa ser uma mudança muito radical. Às vezes, o ambiente em que você vive, ele já foi alterado por uma ação sua. Né? Então, isso tudo é importante de ser demonstrado. Mas tem mais coisa, né, Couto?
Isso, tem a carta de recomendação, que tem técnica aí, né, Lara?
Tem. Não é simplesmente um professor dando uma mensagem de quem você é, mas isso tudo tem que estar coordenado com o que você demonstrou que você é e com a sua essay, que é a sua carta de apresentação. Então, o conjunto de tudo isso, e esse gráfico para a gente aqui da IFIJ é bastante importante, mostra quem você é, e aí sim, essa qualificação para as universidades, nos requerimentos que eles avaliam, quanto melhor você conseguisse sair, melhor a sua oportunidade de vagas e bolsas. As universidades americanas têm muitas bolsas, né? Porque eles têm fundações, eles têm a parte de esportes, mas é óbvio que precisa saber como conquistá-las. E a gente ajuda, não é, Carol Couto? Como é que nós fazemos isso?
Com certeza. A gente tem um timeline, né? Uma linha do tempo ali para o aluno organizar suas ideias, organizar o processo de aconselhamento aqui da IFIJ. Então, ele tem passos a fazer, né, coisas a fazer que a gente orienta eles que dia que ele tem que entregar tal coisa. Então, não alivia um pouco o estresse ali do aluno atual, né? Então, ele já sabe o que ele tem que fazer, quando que ele tem que entregar, e, é claro, de acordo com exatamente o que aquela faculdade que ele quer aplicar exige dele, né? Então, o programa de aconselhamento da IFIJ vai ajudar o aluno a realmente entregar exatamente, usar as técnicas e entregar na data exata, né? Na data correta ali do deadline daquela universidade. Então, a gente vai apoiar ele em todos os campos possíveis que é necessário ali, né, no application.
O processo, ele é muito mais holístico do que o processo do Brasil. Ele é um processo que vai olhar o aluno como um todo. Mas ele tem algumas pegadinhas, né? E é nisso que a IFIJ ajuda vocês. Organiza todo o processo, prepara toda a documentação e acompanha pessoalmente vocês no envio desse application para que vocês consigam obter os melhores resultados. Eu sempre brinco com os alunos que o que vocês fizeram até então, nós não vamos mentir, nós não vamos mudar, mas a gente consegue embalar com um laço de fita bem bonito para que vocês se destaquem quando forem olhar todos os alunos, aquele laço de fita chame atenção e vocês consigam se destacar e conhecer e conseguir essa vaga.
Exatamente.
Mas vamos seguir, porque tem mais coisa, né, Carol, por hoje?
Com certeza, com certeza. E uma coisa que eu queria lembrar de vocês é que 7h30 vai terminar o draw do sorteio. Então, correm lá para a lista, para fazer a lista de presença nesse QR Code aqui embaixo.
Teve um monte de gente que me pediu no chat o link. Gente, abre a câmera do celular e pega aqui embaixo o QR Code que vai abrir já no Forms, tá bom?
Isso. E no chat do YouTube
vai no celular, assim, na câmera, direto na foto?
Só abrir a câmera, Lara, isso mesmo. Mira a câmera do celular no QR Code que vai abrir na lista nossa. Aí é só preencher.
Funcionou, hein? Ninguém pode dizer que não dá certo. Acabei de fazer. Mas, em todo caso, quem quiser ir pelo link, o Alex vai pôr também o link aí para vocês, tá bom?
Pessoal, tem que ficar até o final para o sorteio, hein?
Sim, vamos aproveitar.
Até o final. Tá muito legal isso. O que mais tem pela frente, Carol? Qual é a surpresa de agora?
Agora a gente tem o vídeo institucional. Vamos lá, vamos conhecer um pouquinho mais a IFIG e depois muitas mais faculdades.
Transformar sonhos em realidade. Educação em mudança. O presente em futuro. A esperança em vida real. A IFIG nasceu em 2006 e até hoje vem transformando o destino de muitos jovens e famílias, concretizando assim o nosso sonho de criar uma empresa que pensasse em planejar a internacionalização para alunos como projeto de vida, pautado em formação pessoal de longo prazo e cuidadosamente pensada por educadores e especialistas em formação de jovens. Nesses 16 anos, muitos sonhos de estudantes e suas famílias foram realizados através da atuação competente de profissionais da nossa instituição, que acompanharam de forma personalizada o projeto de vida de cada estudante em cada etapa do processo de internacionalização. Ao cumprir o propósito de atender às expectativas e às exigências de quem é pai e mãe, sabemos que seu filho é seu bem mais precioso. E é aqui que a confiança tem seu papel mais importante. Atendemos cada um, sustentando, amparando e compartilhando os valores e a cultura de nossa empresa, com todos que caminham ao nosso lado. Acreditamos que, se existe uma maneira de transformar, com certeza ela passa pela educação. Quem trabalha com educação está todos os dias em contato com pessoas em desenvolvimento, razão pela qual estamos ao lado de cada um, oferecendo segurança e confiança para a conquista do seu sonho. É desta forma que valorizamos a continuidade das gerações e o valor da formação do indivíduo, apoiando quem fará o nosso futuro. Tudo isso porque você é único. E nós sabemos disso.
Muito bem, pessoal. Então, aí é um pouquinho da IFIG, o carinho que a gente tem pelos alunos. E agora, a gente vai falar um pouquinho de high school, aquela preparação que a gente precisa para entrar em um college, um university. Agora, a gente vai falar da Marshall School. A gente vai ter um vídeo e depois a gente vai conversar com o representante. Vamos lá.
Marshall's always been a place where you stretch and you are resourceful, and that spirit continues. Education should take a student and bring them from where they're at and get them into a place where they're going to be able to succeed after these walls, and that's something that we do time after time.
Marshall is special because we're a very tight-knit community. We're a community that cares a lot about each other. We're a community that inspires students. At Marshall, we're not taught to just learn, like as I mentioned, just learn what the book tells us. We are taught how to learn for ourselves. I think we're much better equipped going into college than most other schools. We're taught to get information for ourselves, to do things for ourselves rather than just given a bunch of information. We're taught to learn things outside of the classroom. We're taught to pursue our interests.
Students in my art class aren't just getting an art education, but they're learning lifelong skills like problem solving, collaboration, communication. You know, employers don't just look for somebody who's good at math. They want somebody who is creative and can think outside of the box, and that's what they get.
It's always cool for me to see like other people and myself try and push myself, because I'm able to and I feel safe in this environment. No matter who you are, you can find what you're looking for here. Between like academics, athletics, extracurricular activities.
So I think this was like a big step up for education for me, and I was super surprised at the choices that I had. I'm excited usually because I know it's something different every day. I could have been falling behind and not understanding anything they said, but they take it step by step, which I really, really like.
All the teachers are so understanding and so kind. If you just go up to them or send them an email, they all want you to succeed and they all want you to do well. The environment of the other students with you is that they're all trying their best and they all want to do the best they can. And so when other people around you are trying their hardest, it's easier for you to try because they're there to help you and to motivate you.
Every learner has a strength, and I think our job as educators is to really help them understand themselves as learners, understand what they need and how they're going to get that. To have the various styles in the classroom, I think is helpful for all learners. I think ultimately our goal as educators is to teach students how to learn and to help them enjoy it.
It's not so much what you know, but that you can be inspired to go further on your own. It's about having strong academic habits, about having integrity, about intellectual curiosity, finding out what interests you. And when you go from that foundation, you can do a lot of awesome things. One of the best metaphors is like a climbing wall. That they see the challenge right in front of them, they're taught some of the skills, they try it on their own. There are many different paths to get to the top, and that my role as a teacher is really to support them and to provide the input when they fall. And falling is not a failure, falling is just an opportunity to learn.
I've talked to other students from other schools, and it's obvious that the preparation we get between the college counseling office and education in the classroom is really preparing us in a way that I don't see in many other places.
I am helping students one-on-one, and it's not, me standing in front of the whole room for the entire period lecturing or, teaching them. It's me helping them problem solve, and I get to really develop relationships with those students.
If I am not being challenged in one of my classes, my teachers will notice it. Like in my French class, I was blowing through everything, and my French teacher offered me the chance to move up a class, and I took it, and now French is harder, but it's a lot more fun. If I need to talk to a teacher about something, I know for sure that I can go talk to them. And even if I need to talk to a teacher about something that's not related to school, it makes school so much easier, and it makes my life a lot better, honestly.
That idea that we're willing to take a risk and we're willing to try something, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay because it's in an environment where it's safe.
The joy in the job is watching the growth. It's the journey and the destination that they get to. So every student's A may not be the same, and every student's endpoint will not be the same.
No matter who you are or no matter what you want to do, there's a spot for you in Marshall.
Muito bom, né, gente? Então aí tá uma escola, né, ensino médio, high school, Marshall School. Agora a gente vai conversar com a Krista. Welcome, Krista.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay.
That's good. So I hear that you have some students becoming.
We do. Here they are.
Hey, hi. Hi, you guys. Oh, can't wait to hear you guys speak.
Yeah, and we're coming to you live from inside our dormitory where our students live when they come to Marshall.
Great. We'll also have another tour, let's say.
Yep.
That's good. All right, so take the floor, Krista. Welcome.
Okay, well, I want to introduce you all to Marshall School. And It is a wonderful day here today. We just finished graduation last night, so our seniors graduated and have moved on to their next destinations. And today in the dormitory, we're kind of just packing up and cleaning up and getting ready for some summertime and moving into next year. So I wanted to share a little bit about Marshall School with all of you who might be interested in thinking about spending a year in the U.S. And then I will talk a little bit about Marshall, and then I have these wonderful students, Emma and Maritza, with me today. Here they are to answer any questions that students might have or want to talk about after I go through the information. So I would like to share my screen with you right now. And I am going to go into a little presentation that I have about Marshall. So give me just a moment while the PowerPoint is opening up. So I'm not sure how many people have heard of Duluth, Minnesota. But Duluth, Minnesota is in the middle of the United States, but it is definitely in the north. So we're about 2 hours from the border to Canada. And 2 hours south of us is the capital city of Minnesota, Minneapolis-St. Paul. So you can see on the top of your screen, this state that is in red is Minnesota. And we're located kind of right here where I'm putting my cursor, which is at the tip of Lake Superior, which is a giant freshwater lake, actually the largest freshwater lake in the world, and holds about 10% of the world's fresh water. So we are sitting on some major natural resources up here. Okay, what else about Minnesota? Why is Minnesota great? So, well, we tend to be well educated, good access to healthcare, safe cities and communities, ECT and SAT scores higher than the national average, ranked number 3 and 4 in the US for 8th grade math and reading proficiency. The University of Minnesota, we have many businesses in the state of Minnesota. And I think people talk a lot about something called Midwestern values, which we could talk for a long time about what Midwestern values are, but I tend to think that the best of Midwestern values are community, family, welcoming, inclusive community and personality, which is definitely what we have going at Marshall. Okay, so this is downtown Duluth. We are a city of about 285,000 people when you put it all together. Duluth itself has about 85,000, but we are a metro area, the 4th largest metro area.
Hi, Krista.
Yeah.
We're not seeing your screen. Are you sharing?
Yes.
You have to share on the StreamYard. StreamYard. If you can't, then you can just speak and then.
It's, you know, I hate to say it, but it doesn't seem to be allowing me. I don't have an option to share. It says choose what to share. And I'm clicking entire screen. Okay, maybe this is gonna do it. Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen.
Capture screen. It's a little square with a play button. Or a plus sign, I think. Plus sign. Are you at the web browser for the StreamYard? StreamYard, sorry. there's an option in the middle that's share, and then share your screen.
Yep, I know. I've been clicking on it, but
Oh,
it
there you go.
just
There you
doesn't
go.
seem.
I think it's appearing. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. Okay, so you can go ahead. We're going to help you out from the background.
Okay, I'm trying. It's give me
Don't worry
one
about it.
minute here.
Just present, and then we'll try to insert your presentation later on. Thank you, Krista. You can go ahead.
Okay, well, that's really unfortunate, but okay, so wow, just one moment here while I get back to the PowerPoint, because I okay, so for all of you who are listening, thank you so much for bearing with me. I know it is much less interesting without any photos. But I was talking about Duluth, Minnesota, which the city and the community are an important reason why students choose to come to school to Marshall. So it is a beautiful, beautiful city. And again, as I was saying, it's about 250,000 population, 250,000 people, which means it's big enough to be exciting and have just about one of everything: a symphony orchestra, ballet company, restaurants, places to go, places to eat. We're on this beautiful giant lake, again, the largest freshwater lake in the world. We're environmentally conscious, living an active, healthy lifestyle. Duluth has been voted as the #1 outdoor city in the United States twice in the last 5 years, the fittest city in the United States as measured by Fitbit, and the least stressed city in the United States as well, measured by Fitbit, in terms of, you know, people just getting good sleep, living an active lifestyle, so on and so forth. So Duluth is a really amazing place to be. So that's an important piece about why people choose Marshall. And talking about the school itself, we're a private college preparatory school. So all of our students are here because they have the long-term goal of going to college or university in the United States. And we start preparing students as early as 9th grade to be poised for success when they graduate and walk out the door to their next destination. So we spend a lot of time with our college counseling office, paying attention to students' preparation, to their course selection, to helping students prepare for the SAT, the ACT, our international students. We teach 3 different levels of ESL at the school, and just helping in every way we can to sort of help our students acclimate to US culture, get involved in those leadership, athletic, club kinds of activities. The 2 students I have with me today who will be very happy to answer your questions are part of our Ambassadors Club, which connects all of our international students with current Marshall students and helps them learn about the school prior to coming in, and also serves as sort of a welcome wagon, as we say in the US, for new students coming in. We have fun activities and things, and connect students even during the summer before they arrive. So when you're going to a place that's unknown, what we hope is that you do have someone that you feel like you do know a little bit, and someone who's waiting for you and can't wait to meet you, et cetera, et cetera. So talking a little bit about the size of the program, I think this is very special. So we have 40 international students from 10 different countries, or more, or maybe a little bit less given the year. in a total school size population of about 400 students. So 10% of the population is international, but within that international population, it's very globally diverse. So we have students from China, Korea, Vietnam, Japan, Hungary, Spain, Ukraine, Russia, Ethiopia, Uganda. So if you want to come to a school in northern Minnesota to experience American culture, you're also going to experience living in a dormitory in a small setting with students from all around the world. And what I will say is that it works in terms of fostering global citizenship, in terms of fostering compassion, empathy, deeper understanding, passion for education, passion for getting out there in the world, getting over stereotypes, and just learning to approach other human beings in a wholly new way, to be honest. So this is kind of a really exciting thing about our program. I thought today that describing Marshall, I would say it's the global school that you will call home. Most of our students also, we built the program in a way that's very respectful to the students who come. Most of the rooms here are single rooms. Most of our students enjoy their own room. They enjoy the privacy of having their own room. And this is something that we're very proud of. Of course, some students want a roommate, so we have about 22 single rooms and 6 shared spaces, which some students are just very happy to live together as well. We are on a 40-acre campus. So 40 acres is pretty big. And the beauty of it is boarding schools are away from the city, away from everything. You know, it's a drive to get anywhere. Well, Marshall is a mile from downtown. And in the other direction, a mile from sort of our shopping centers and restaurants and so on and so forth, which actually means that our students have the best of both worlds. So they have access to a beautiful, peaceful campus and hikes on the trails, 6 tennis courts, 2 gymnasiums, a fitness center, soccer field, football field, all right here on campus. But really, if you want to take an Uber and go to Starbucks, it's just very easy to do. So I like to think that we provide the comfort of a home environment, but we also provide access to building those skills of young, independent adults where you can actually go someplace by yourself with a friend and sort of figure out what's out there. So I like that about Duluth. I think it's just the right size for students to have really meaningful experiences as they're growing and gaining independence. Duluth is a safe city. It's not a city that we would worry about someone getting lost and not being able to find their way back to Marshall. So that's also a good thing. Let me just talk briefly about the academics. So we're a college preparatory school. We teach a college preparatory curriculum, meaning students are required to take courses in English, math, science, history, social studies, also physical education, computer science, and many more things, ethics, world religions, music, fine arts. So we require our students to take a broad, basic liberal arts curriculum. And this prepares them for entrance into top-level colleges and universities across the United States. So it's a rigorous, challenging curriculum, but it's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. We're a college preparatory school. So 40 advanced courses, 24 honors courses, 16 AP courses, which AP courses are courses that you can take. And if you pass those courses, you will earn a college credit for them. And we start that here at Marshall. So for some families, that saves them a little bit of time, a little bit of money, etc. I believe I mentioned we offer lots of support with our ESL program, teaching at all different levels of ESL. We require all students to bring a laptop. So that's the one fee that isn't included in tuition is that you have to bring your own laptop. And another thing I will just mention briefly is that if there is a course that a student wants to take, let's say psychology or economics or biochemistry that we don't teach at Marshall, there's an opportunity to take that through our partnership with Virtual High School, which is, for those of you who are already enrolled in Franklin Online program, you understand this content delivery online. And so we can also offer that, and it just expands our offerings even further. Lots of clubs and activities, art courses, again, music, choir, band, and orchestra. As far as arts go, graphic design, drawing and painting, ceramics, you name it, we have it. Athletics, we are offering over 23 different sports and athletics, from golf to girls and boys hockey to volleyball, soccer, girls and boys soccer is a fall sport. So that I believe there is truly something for everyone here. Also over 40 student clubs and activities, everything from pre-medicine to Math League, National Honor Society, NAHAS, which is the National Art Honor Society, robotics, the Ambassadors Club, which I mentioned, Chemistry Club, Honor Council, Student Council, speech. There is something for everyone. So where students live, they live in Marshall House, which is our brand new 4-year-old dormitory residence hall with a beautiful kitchen, dining hall, global learning center, which is a library study space, comfortable rooms, soft seating to hang out. We have a rec room that has table tennis, pool, a stage, and a karaoke singing area. So being here is honestly also a lot of fun. At the same time that we're gonna challenge students and expect them to work hard, we do our absolute best to create a home environment. And I think we've done a really good job of it. So that is a bit about us. We have an active field trip program as well, doing everything from mountain biking to whitewater rafting to dog sledding, which is something that you can only do maybe in more northern parts of the world. Every weekend we run field trips. So students who might want to take a yoga class or go to a movie or need to go to Target just to get shampoo, or want to go to the grocery store because they feel like cooking their own meal, which is definitely allowed here, and we have a beautiful kitchen where students can do that. We provide that transportation and that opportunity to get off campus, to get what you need, and to have a little bit of fun. Our facilities are absolutely beautiful. Like I may have mentioned, 2 gymnasiums, 6 tennis courts, a football field, a soccer field, a running track, over 5 kilometers of Nordic skiing, hiking, and biking trails right on campus, which again is located within the city of Duluth, not 40 miles outside of the city of Duluth, but right in the heart of town is our big, beautiful, protected campus. So these are all really nice things if you are lucky enough to come here. We have a beautiful fitness center. Actually, the fitness center is something that was new about 6 years ago, maybe, and it is full of running treadmills and rowing machines and weightlifting and all kinds of equipment for students to use. So that is just a bit about us. And I think for me, that would conclude the part where I'm just talking, and I would be really interested to know who's here and what questions people might have about the school. Hello?
Hello, Krista.
Yes, hello.
Hey. So are you going to do the interview now?
Sure.
Thank you very much, Krista.
Okay, so I would like to introduce our two students who are here with me. We have Emma and Maritza. And so I would like to start by having, which one of you would like to go first? Does it matter? Okay, so we'll have Maritza introduce herself and just talk a little bit about her experience at Marshall and, you know, her experience at Marshall just as herself, and then maybe her interaction with the international program. So I will let her just start talking. If you can you see us okay? Yes, you can see
Krista.
us. That is super. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you can see us. Okay. All right. So.
Okay. My name is Maritza Harris. I'm a rising senior this year. I've only been at Marshall since my freshman year, so not that long. But I joined Marshall kind of unexpectedly, but my experience has been great. I'm a part of the girls basketball team, and we actually went to state last year and this season, and that was really great and a really great experience for me. At Marshall, you know, like the courses were really difficult, but it's pushed me to be a better student, and I've seen my grades rise over the years, and like compared to my other friends that live in Duluth, I'm a lot, I feel like, experienced, and for college, I know that's definitely going to benefit me super well. As an international ambassador, this would be my third year doing it, and I've just met the greatest people. I have a friend in Japan now that I've been talking to and that I will visit soon. But I just had a great experience meeting people from all over the world and getting to play sports with them, and, you know, showing them some of my cultures and learning about theirs, and coming to events at Marshall House is super fun as well. And it's just a really great place to be for like international relations and education wise.
All right. And my name is Emma Schultz. I'm also a rising senior. I came to Marshall in the 8th grade, and I was able to find like the most solid friend group I've ever had. Really, like I found some pretty good people to surround myself with, and I'm very thankful for that. I know I've been challenged here in comparison to like other schools before Marshall. The curriculum and like schoolwork, it's a lot more difficult, but it's also really worth it. And if you find a balance, you can definitely do well here. There's a lot of sports to choose from. I know I've like dipped my toes into some. I've like tried basketball, the dance team that we had, track, and I've enjoyed a few of those. It'll be like my 4th year being a student ambassador, so this coming senior year, and I really, really enjoy being someone who can like help students and like reach out and make new friends with them. With the new incoming students, I like to be a part of the program and to help people, to be someone who is there and to really make new friends. That's what I like to see it as.
Okay, so I'm going to ask these wonderful students a couple of just questions impromptu. So I think, Maritza, can you take us through the Marshall schedule?
Okay, so the schedule has switched a little bit since I've been here, but this past year's schedule, we had A and B days, or odd and even days, and so I had my 1, 3, 5, and 7 classes on one day, and then my 2, 4, 6, and then our flex period. And our flex period is a time to meet in our advisories, and our advisories are a group of, I think, for our classes, like 6 or 7 students that you spend with all year getting to know them, which is really cool. And you have the same advisor the entire year, which is super cool because they get to know you really well. But so I have my first class, which I'll go, let's say if I have an odd day, I'd have Spanish, my AP Spanish class, and then I have a study hall after that. Or I'd have band, and then I'd have Spanish. And then there's lunch, which is our little break. And then juniors and seniors this year got to leave campus for lunch. So I would leave, and then I'd come back for my history class, and I've had my history class, and then I'd have a study hall after that, and I would just go home during that, or I'd work on homework in our hybrid learning room. But the schedule is super easy to walk through. The classes are about 85 minutes, which may seem like a lot of time, but a lot of that time can be used for homework and like talking to your teacher. But the schedule is super easy and super easy to remember. So you don't have to carry your schedule with you throughout the year. Usually you pick it up in about a week, but super easy to breathe and talk to teachers. There's about 5 minutes in between each class, which is enough time to go to the bathroom, fill up your water bottle, do whatever you need to do, but then get into class and learn. And yeah.
And I think one thing that Maritza was saying too, that I'll just point out even further, is that not every class meets every day. So half of your classes meet on an odd day, odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7. And the next day you'll have your even classes, class 2, 4, 6, and flex, or that extra period. So you're registered for 7 classes, but they don't all meet every day. And one advantage of it too is that you always have 2 days to do your homework. So if you run into a problem, or you're stumbling on something, or you just don't get it, you have that whole opportunity to go in and get help or ask for some support from your teacher before you would ever have to turn in any of your homework. So the system here is really built up to help students succeed. In every way, we want you to succeed. And we're going to be there helping you succeed and giving you the opportunities to succeed. So, and it's kind of a graduated independence. The closer you get to being a senior and moving on to that college level, the more we let you go, but we're still there in the background. So let me ask Emma now to talk a little bit about how do you decide, or how do you find things like clubs, athletics, opportunities? Like what's that whole piece of life like, and how do you choose what you're going to do? How do you even know what's going on here at Marshall?
Well, for like sports and clubs, I believe like they're always announced somewhere. Like a student will announce like a new club coming up, or I know at some point we do have like this little event where you get to go around and see the clubs that are available.
The activities fair.
Yeah, the activities fair. You get to go to that, and then they'll have like little things set up, like maybe for the baking club, they'll have cupcakes out, and then you can decide and like sign up for whichever club you'd like. For sports, there's like different sports per season. So like, I don't know, summer, spring, fall, winter, sort of. I know I've been in a few sports, and I usually just like, it's usually like the teammates that'll like come up to you and like invite you to the sport, and you're like, hey, try it out. It's no stress. You can just join and like have fun. And that's often the case. I know like for the fall season, there's like volleyball, and then there's also like, let's see, I know cross country, I believe, that sort of thing. And I know like other like winter sports will start getting ready during the fall, so like basketball, and I believe like skiing, and if there's a dance team will do that too. It's really easy to get into sports. You'll have to like sign up on a website, or your parents can sign you up for that sort of thing. And then they also have like sometimes they'll have like captain practices that you can just like show up to, and you can experience those practices and decide if like that's the place for you, or if that's the sport for you that you find interesting that you would want to be in.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that. And then, Maritza, let's ask you a question of what would you tell an international student who was considering coming to study in the United States and they had all kinds of choices? Like, why would Marshall actually be a good choice?
I think one thing that's really cool about Marshall is that, yes, we have like our international students that are diverse, but me personally, like, we have a diverse population of just domestic students as well. Mm-hmm. And we're all really inclusive. And when I first came to Marshall, I was super nervous. I knew maybe one person, but everyone really accepted me. And now I've like made some of the greatest friends. And like, as like our senior group chat that we have, like we're all close and we all talk a lot. And I think that's one thing about Marshall is that we're so small that there is that you wouldn't get at some of those bigger schools. And then like for sports, it's really non-judgmental if you want to start your sport or if you don't know how to play the sport. Like everyone makes the team and you can try it out and see how you feel. And all the coaching staff is super supportive and the people around you are just super great. I've built amazing relationships with my teachers that I will continue to have for years and years to come. And I think that's one thing about Marshall that's super special and super fun. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Thank you. And then, Emma, let me ask you, or I'll ask both of you too, like, tell me about life in Duluth. These guys are in Brazil, so they're from a much warmer climate. And we live in a climate that has 4 distinct seasons. You know, some people might say it's a small city. It's a small American city, but it's still a city. So what's good about living in Duluth, you know, as opposed to other choices you might have? Why is Duluth actually a cool place to be?
Well, I'd say I enjoy Duluth because of, like, for starters, the food options. I know there's a place to go get bubble tea. There's a few places actually, so if you really like that. There's like different types of food, and I like food. I also like being able to go like down to Canal and go to the beach in like Park Point and just walk along the beach. I know during the winter that's really fun, even though it's like snowy or like spring. It's really fun to walk along like the beach at Park Point. And I just enjoy being able to like go places, bike places if I wanted to. The biking trails are pretty nice. I haven't really been on one in a while, but I have enjoyed them in the past, and they're like very easy to find. So, I mean, to some, I like enjoy the food. I enjoy down like Canal, the beach, being able to like go wherever I want to go, and like being able to bike or walk or drive. Those are the few things that I enjoy.
Which I think, you know, I had made a point earlier that Duluth is a really good size for just figuring out the United States as a newcomer, for just figuring out how to get around a city. We have buses and public transportation, but it's also very, very easy to walk and bike here, just about any place that you would need to go. Duluth has one of the largest urban bike trail systems in the United States, I think. I'm sure. So you can hop on your bike and go anywhere in Duluth. And we encourage, and we have a collection of bikes here at Marshall House for our students to use. So that's a pretty nice, cool. Krista. It is a good thing for sure. Carol, is there anything that we have not talked about that you would like us to talk about?
Yeah, no, it was good because we saw lots of perspectives, right? At least 3 today.
Yes.
So that was awesome. That was really good. I think it was very informative, Krista. I don't think there's anything missing because we saw the video and the presentation that you did. So it was very nice.
I'm so sorry I wasn't able to figure out how to share my PowerPoint with you.
no
That was
problem,
a bit of an
no
embarrassment, actually. We're pretty technologically up to speed here, but that I don't know what happened there. My
No,
apologies.
it's fine. You spoke very slowly. Everybody that I
Okay.
talked to here understood perfectly. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
All right, Krista, thank you very much. We loved the presentation. We loved the interview. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Krista, again.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Muito bem, gente. Então, olha só que oportunidade. Essa escola realmente prepara o aluno ali para ir em uma college ou university, né? Então, para a gente descobrir, né, o que a gente falta, ou algum conhecimento ali, o que a gente falta descobrir, né? Às vezes tem gente que não sabe qual a carreira a seguir, né? Então, a gente vai falar um pouquinho aqui com o nosso psicólogo aqui da IFIGE, Matheus. Bem-vindo, Matheus. Tudo bem?
Olá, Carol. Tudo bem? Boa noite, pessoal. Tudo bem com vocês? Um prazer
Muito
estar
bem.
aqui com vocês hoje.
Opa, com certeza. Então, eu fiquei sabendo que você vai dar umas dicas, assim, de como seguir alguma carreira, como começar.
Vou dar sim. Vou dar sim.
Muito bom.
Né? Bom, hoje primeiro eu vou destacar a importância, né, da gente ter uma escolha, né, de carreira, porque hoje nós vemos que conforme for passar o tempo, né, foi passando o tempo, antes se a gente perguntasse para os nossos pais, né, vou falar agora diretamente com nossos alunos, né, se a gente fosse falar com nossos pais antigamente, com nossos avós, existiam 3 tipos de profissões, né. Hoje existem milhares e o que nós temos que ficar atento, principalmente, são as que vão surgir, né, a partir de agora. Então, existem milhares e isso acaba confundindo um pouco, né, o pessoal que quer escolher. Né. Quer dizer que isso é só para o pessoal que vai prestar uma universidade? Não só para eles, né, mas principalmente para quem deseja uma recolocação de carreira. Mas vamos lá, eu vou dar algumas dicas para vocês, para como vocês conseguem se encontrar nesse caminho, vamos dizer assim, tá bom? Então, o primeiro e o mais importante de todos é o autoconhecimento, né? Você tem que se conhecer para saber o que realmente você quer. Então, não adianta nada eu ir pela opção dos outros, né? Então, falar, meu amigo da escola falou que essa profissão aqui é super interessante, essa é legal, essa vai ganhar muito no futuro. Você tem que ir por você. O que você acha interessante, o que você gosta, tá bom? Pesquisa é super importante, né? Você tem que conhecer a profissão, né? Me interessei, vamos lá, por medicina, por exemplo. Legal, vamos entrar no site das universidades, vamos pesquisar sobre a carga horária das disciplinas, né? Porque às vezes a gente vê os profissionais, mas a gente não vê como que eles chegaram até lá. E isso realmente é muito importante, tá bom?
Matheus, só um minutinho. Falta 5 minutos para a gente encerrar os sorteios, tá, gente?
Opa.
Então a gente vai encerrar e vai pegar os nomes para a gente sortear depois da nossa conversa, tá bom, Matheus?
Não deixe para depois, hein, pessoal? Vamos aproveitar,
vamos
né?
lá.
Que eu fiquei sabendo aí que são coisas excelentes. Eu posso
Tá
participar
aqui, ó, do
também
meu
ou não?
lado já.
Ah, eu vou participar disso aí também. Se eu ganhar, não quero ninguém falar que é marmelada, hein? Vamos lá, continuando então, pessoal. Então, tente entender as suas habilidades, né? Ah, Matheus, como que eu posso fazer isso? Novamente, pesquisando, tentando encontrar aquilo que você se sente feliz fazendo, né? Então, tente primeiro identificar aquilo que você se sente bem, né? Então, eu gosto muito de música. Então, peça para os seus pais te colocarem alguma coisa que tenha a ver com a música. Quem sabe não é esse um tipo de segmento. Eu gosto bastante de matemática, né? Então, pesquise as coisas que tenham a ver com matemática. Matheus, eu gosto de tudo, né? Aí complica um pouco, mas não é o fim do mundo, tá, pessoal? Também faz parte disso, né? E pesquisando. E também, para quem acha que gosta de tudo, sempre tem aquela coisa que você não gosta. Isso é muito importante você identificar, tá bom? Sempre identifique aquilo que você realmente não quer fazer. Que se a gente for eliminando, vai sobrando algumas. E aí isso já te facilita bastante. Tá? Procure também um profissional. Né? Eu acho que hoje em dia é super importante você encontrar alguém que te ajude nesse caminho, porque não é um caminho fácil, a gente sabe disso. Tá? E também converse bastante com profissionais da área. Né? Se te interessa um curso de economia, por exemplo, converse com um economista, veja quais são as fases do trabalho dele, né? Porque dentro da economia existem várias coisas, como, por exemplo, na psicologia. Né? Na psicologia, quando eu entrei, quando eu conheci ela, existia, para mim era só psicologia, e dentro disso eu descobri que existiam várias abordagens, né? E aí, pesquisando e conversando com os outros, eu pelo menos descobri qual era a minha, e hoje, graças a Deus, eu faço aquilo que eu amo. Né? Então, converse bastante, converse com seus pais, a família é super importante. Se imagine, né, na profissão daqui a 10, 5, 15, 20 anos, se imagine aposentando, né, nessa profissão. Então, não pense só no aqui e agora, pense também no seu futuro. Né, como que você quer estar daqui a algum tempo, que isso realmente vai fazer a diferença e você vai ver que vai te ajudar bastante, tá? Muita gente também fala para mim, Matheus, eu fico muito ansioso na hora de escolher. Não se preocupa, que nem eu falei, procure um profissional, o profissional também vai te ajudar da melhor forma possível, tá? Você não está sozinho, existem vários profissionais e todo mundo aqui para te ajudar.
Muito bom, Matheus. E só para esclarecer, você ajuda no programa de aconselhamento e você está junto com os alunos?
Estou junto dos alunos do começo até o fim do programa. Né? O final do programa que eu falo não é quando o aluno chega até lá o final e consegue entrar na universidade. Eu acompanho quando eles estiverem lá fora também, porque nós sabemos que também tem essa dificuldade de adaptação, né? Dificuldade que eu falo, não que vai ser muito difícil, mas às vezes rola um probleminha ou outro ali de um lugar um pouco mais friozinho, assim, um pouco mais, né, diferente, porque sabe que o Brasil é um país um pouco diferenciado em relação aos outros. Então eu vou desde a parte do autoconhecimento, onde o aluno chega, eu digo que eles chegam crus, né, que eles não sabem ainda o que querem, faço a parte da orientação vocacional, ajudo na construção do portfólio, eu acompanho os alunos do começo ao fim, Carol. E também todos têm o meu WhatsApp, caso precisem também, né?
É isso que eu sempre gostei quando eu entrei na EFIG, que realmente a gente ajuda e tem aquele carinho pelo aluno, né? E tem aquela organização que eu falei anteriormente, né? Eles não é uma surpresa para eles. Eles sabem realmente o que eles vão fazer amanhã, semana que vem, mês que vem.
Isso. Eu gosto de falar que o pessoal sempre fala, você fica puxando sardinha porque você trabalha na EFIG, mas assim, realmente é algo bem diferenciado, porque nós fazemos o programa conforme o aluno precisa.
Exatamente.
Né? Então, se o aluno precisa mais de uma coisa, a gente vai atrás. Então, assim, a gente, além de profissionais, a gente se torna amigo dos alunos. É até engraçado que a gente fica feliz com as conquistas. Às vezes não dá certo ali, a gente fica triste junto, mas faz parte da vida, bola para frente. Assim, nós amamos fazer isso. Então, fiquem tranquilos que a gente faz com o maior prazer.
Né? Desculpa, Matheus. Acontece também no positivo, né? Eles recebem, por exemplo, 5 cartas de aceite, né, Matheus? Então tem uma ajuda ali também, né?
E aí vem a parte mais difícil, que é escolher qual das 5 que ele vai. Né? E aí também a gente dá todo esse suporte também, que é muito importante.
Muito bem. Muito obrigada, viu, Matheus? Obrigada pelas dicas. E com certeza alguém já anotou ali. E qualquer coisa, é só entrar em contato com a gente, que eu, Matheus, a Melka vai ajudar com certeza.
Com certeza.
Muito obrigada, viu, Matheus?
Eu que agradeço. Uma boa noite para vocês.
Obrigada. Bom, gente, agora chegou a hora do sorteio. Não sei se vocês conseguem ver aqui algumas coisinhas, mas não precisa ver. É surpresa mesmo, é só um sneak peek que a gente fala, uma espiadinha nos prêmios. Eu vou chamar a Melka, ela tá ali na sala, né, Melka?
Pessoal,
com um balde. O que é que você tem na mão aí?
Eu tenho todos os nomes aqui dentro de todo mundo que assinou a lista.
Uhul.
Então eu vou sortear aqui, gente, ó.
Ai, meu Deus.
Vou pegar daqui de dentro um nome, 2 nomes. Quem responde no chat rápido, quem tá aí online que ganhou, hein, gente? Fica ligado que a gente vai sortear.
Eu vou ficar de olho aqui, hein, no chat.
Eu posso pegar o primeiro nome?
Vai, vamos lá.
Peguei. Primeiro nome é Mariana Feltrin.
Mariana Feltrin?
Dá para ver aí,
Feltrin.
gente?
Agora dá. Mariana,
Pronto.
você tá aí? Fala eu,
A Mariana
eu.
tá aí com a gente?
Mas e aí? Se ela não tiver, ela não ganha? Como que funciona?
É mais justo a gente chamar outro nome, né? Porque a gente pediu para todo mundo ficar até o final.
Né? Mariana, você tá aí?
Vamos ver se a Mariana responde no chat. Vamos dar um tempinho. Ninguém mandou nada no chat?
Não, então vamos lá.
Será que eu pego outro nome?
Não queria ser Mariana agora.
Será que eu pego outro nome?
Pega, vamos continuar, vamos lá.
A Mariana mandou!
Yes!
Mariana Feltrin, você vem primeira vencedora do Global Week, parabéns. Você mandou todo o seu contatinho pra gente certinho, nós vamos mandar todas as informações que nós precisamos para enviar todos os presentes para você. Só que na noite de hoje, nós temos 2 ganhadores. Nós temos 2 ganhadores.
Ai.
Vamos lá, o próximo peguei. Agora, Manuela Pereira Rodrigues. Vamos colocar bem pertinho aqui, ver se vocês conseguem enxergar.
Manuela Pereira Rodrigues. Manuela, você tá aí?
Enquanto a Manuela espera para ela responder no chat, Couto, mostra pra gente o que a gente vai ganhar hoje. Eu sei que a gente tem uma power bank maravilhosa da Santiago Canyon College, gente.
Power bank.
Olha essa power bank fininha, maravilhosa. E o que mais que tem, Couto?
Olha, binder.
Binder da Santiago também. Esse binder eu tenho um. Ele é maravilhoso, gente.
Já preenchemos todas as folhas já. Então esse é o que a Mariana vai ganhar, certo? Que a gente está mostrando agora.
Isso, esse daí é o da Mariana Feltrin. Agora a gente está esperando a Manuela responder a gente no... Ai, que linda! Nós estamos esperando a Manuela responder a gente no chat.
E esse aqui é da efígie, um ring de celular.
Eu amo esse, gente. A coisa mais útil que existe na vida. Gente, eu acho que eu vou pegar mais um, porque a Manuela não está respondendo a gente.
Manda bala, Melks.
Vou chamar mais um, então. Manu, que pena, né? Vamos sortear aqui. Peguei um. Agora a gente tem o Vitor Hugo Vieira Ribeiro.
Vitor Hugo, você tá aí? Vitor Hugo Ribeiro.
Vamos ver se ele responde a gente no chat. A gente vai mandar todos os presentes para vocês via Sedex, tá bom? Toda noite no Global Week vai ter sorteio, vai ter presente para quem ficar até o final, para quem responder a lista de presença e se cadastrar pelo Simpla. Gente, a lista de presença é só para mostrar que vocês estão lá, mas o cadastro no Simpla é muito importante para conseguir o certificado de participação, hein? Gente, o Vitor respondeu no chat, o Vitor é o segundo vencedor de hoje. Parabéns, Vitor.
Parabéns, Vitor. Aqui tá sua camisa.
Que linda! Muitos presentes, gente, muito presente legal, muita coisa boa. Todo dia tem presente legal, hein? Todo
Separado
dia
para você.
Um do Vitor Ribeiro e um da Mariana Feltrin.
Muito bem, gente. Parabéns, Vitor Hugo. Parabéns, Manuela. Muito bem, gente. Muito obrigada, viu, a todos que participaram, principalmente as instituições maravilhosas que apresentaram. A gente aprendeu muito, né, Melka?
Muita
e a gente agora vai encerrar aqui com um vídeo da EFIGE para mostrar um pouquinho sobre a EFIGE.
Pessoal, muito obrigada da participação de hoje. Vai ter todo dia Global Week essa semana. Então, hoje foi USA, amanhã é Canadá e assim vai a semana inteirinha. Não percam nenhum dia, porque tem prêmio e certificado, hein? E, óbvio, muita dica e informação legal para quem está querendo mirar naquela bolsa dos sonhos. Gente, muito obrigada por hoje. Couto, muito obrigado.
Obrigada,
gente. A todos os nossos guests. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing... Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Transformar sonhos em realidade. Educação em mudança. O presente em futuro. A esperança em vida real. A EFIGE nasceu em 2006 e até hoje vem transformando o destino de muitos jovens e famílias, concretizando assim o nosso sonho de criar uma empresa que pensasse em planejar a internacionalização para alunos como projeto de vida, pautado em formação pessoal de longo prazo e cuidadosamente pensada por educadores e especialistas em formação de jovens. Nesses 16 anos, muitos sonhos de estudantes e suas famílias foram realizados através da atuação competente de profissionais da nossa instituição, que acompanharam de forma personalizada o projeto de vida de cada estudante em cada etapa do processo de internacionalização. Ao cumprir o propósito de atender às expectativas e às exigências de quem é pai e mãe, sabemos que seu filho é seu bem mais precioso. E é aqui que a confiança tem seu papel mais importante. Atendemos cada um, sustentando, amparando e compartilhando os valores e a cultura de nossa empresa, com todos que caminham ao nosso lado. Acreditamos que, se existe uma maneira de transformar, com certeza ela passa pela educação. Quem trabalha com educação está todos os dias em contato com pessoas em desenvolvimento, razão pela qual estamos ao lado de cada um, oferecendo segurança e confiança para a conquista do seu sonho. É desta forma que valorizamos a continuidade das gerações e o valor da formação do indivíduo, apoiando quem fará o nosso futuro. Tudo isso porque você é único. E nós sabemos disso.